Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna be talking about Korean performing arts. I'm gonna be talking about the history of a few of them, and I'm also going to make a comparison to Mexican performing arts and culture. So first we need to understand that Koreans view songs and dance as a way to stay connected with the people. In 1962, the Korean government passed the Cultural Properties Protection Law in order to maintain cultural value and transmit it to future generations. That's so the culture doesn't get lost. As of 2012, there are 122 designated intangible cultural assets. As for music, it includes royal ancestral rites music, pansori, kasa, minyo, Buddhist chants, great pipes and percussion, sanjo, and nonga. As for dance, it includes Jinju sword dance, Toyongmu, Sungmu, Taepyeongmu, and Salpuri. Instruments are an important factor as well, being categorized in string instruments such as kayagum, komungo, hateng, and haegeum, wind instruments such as taegum, taepyeongso, and piri, and percussion instruments such as puk, ting, kwengwari, and chang. Next, we're gonna be seeing the history of a few of these performing arts. First, we have pansori. This is a type of one-man opera made of song, narration, and gestures of a singer who acts to the beat of a drummer playing the book. It combines literature, music, and acting. Not only the drummer interacts with the singer, but they also interact with the audience. Pansori singers have a wide range and distinct vocal style, making it very unique compared to music around the world. Professional singers have a hard time trying to imitate Pansori vocal style. Next we have Pongsang Taljum or Pongsang mask dance. This dance was passed down in Pongsang County in the Hwanghae province, and it is the representative form of the Western Sea mask dance after the end of the 19th century. This dance is performed by actors wearing masks covering their faces, and they usually have a representation of a slave, different yangbang levels, and the lower class. This in order to satirize reality through laughter and jokes. Next we have Kangang Sule. This is a dance in which dozens of women hold hands under the bright moon and dance in a circle while singing Kangang Sule. It is recorded that this dance was performed during the Three Kingdoms period already, and it was danced in a wish for a good harvest. Because of this, it is commonly seen this performance during Chuseok festivals. It is also known that Admiral Lee Sun-shin of Joseon Dynasty used this dance in his battle plans in order to confuse the enemy. Next, I'm gonna be making the comparison to Mexican performing arts. To understand it, we need to learn the history of a few of them. First, we have corridos, which is a very controversial genre nowadays. This genre was popularized in the 1920s during the Mexican Revolution, since this music genre tells stories in a rhythmic manner with a simple instrumental. These are usually about real-life stories, people, towns, etc. Because of this, they are commonly sung in third person. Basically, anything and anyone can have a corrido. The most popular corrido that was from the Mexican Revolution time is La Cucaracha, which translates to the cockroach, and you probably have heard of it before. And believe it or not, it is a song for the revolution time. Next, we have Danza de Diablos, which translates to Dance of the Devils. This dance was performed by slaves as a part of a rite for the African god Rasha. It later became a sign of protest and a way to make fun of the higher class, which were the Spaniards during this time. In this dance, participants wear masks with long beards and fringes. We have two main characters, which are the Tenango, or the major devil, which is the representation of a foreman or boss. And we also have the minga, which is a man dressed as a woman, usually carrying a doll. Lastly, we have la bruja, which translates as the witch. This dance is performed by women carrying a lit candle on top of their head. It is meant to represent mystery as well as mystic and supernatural themes that are embedded in the culture of this region, which is popular for its shamanistic rites. Because of the nature of the song as well as the performance itself, this dance is usually performed during Dia de Muertos or Day of the Dead. The aspects that I found they have in common is that Pansori and corridos want to tell a story to the people by the people, and they will usually be performed in a simple manner while interacting with others. Pongsang Taltum and Danza de Diablos tell a story without showing real faces, but showing real actions. They show the world real problems while being satirical about it. Hanggang Sule and La Bruja show women dancing in circles, and both of these dances are often performed in very important national days. In conclusion, I think it is very fascinating how, even though we are thousands of miles apart, we can still share very common aspects in our cultures that can make us feel connected to each other. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have learned something new today.